What's going on, fellow redliners? Welcome back to another GTR themed video. And as you guys can probably tell by the title of this video, it's a little bit of a controversial topic, and you guys may not be understanding why I've titled it the way I have. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys all my points and explain why I've titled it the way I have and what my reasoning is. But first, before we hop into the video, I want to let you guys know, if you guys want to support the channel and make it grow, please share this video or any of my videos with at least one of your friends. Show them the channel. You know, if they're a car guy, I'm really trying to grow the channel, and you know, right now we're getting like 100, 200, 300 views at most per video, and for each video I obviously have to take time out of my day to do it. Each video takes about 2-3 hours of editing on top of going out to film, making it interesting and stuff like that. So if you guys want to support the channel and help it grow, if you guys don't mind, share this video with one of your friends, hit that like button, subscribe down below if you haven't subscribed already, and welcome to part of the family if you're new. And you know, I really appreciate you guys helping me out. Anyways, let's hop into today's video. So the 2017 GTR, as you guys know or may not know, was a refresh in the GTR, you know, model year production. So what they basically did was they did a bunch of aesthetic stuff outside. They made the front bumper look different, and they changed some of the hood, and then they switched up the rear bumper. But under everything, they added an extra 20-30 horsepower. Now, you guys may think that makes that GTR the fastest GTR, you know, yet. But if you guys think that, I'm sorry to tell you guys, you're not correct. What they actually ended up doing is, with this new refresh, they ended up actually making the GTR a softer vehicle. And what do I mean by a softer vehicle? Well, it's a vehicle that's more targeted at the 911. They're moving away from the raw, sheer, you know, speed and power and aggressiveness of the GTR, and trying to, you know, compete with Porsche's, you know, luxurious features and stuff like that. And in my opinion, that's a huge mistake. Why? Because I think you got to know your target audience, and I think Nissan has made a huge mistake here because of the fact that, you know, I don't really think people are cross-shopping Porsche Carrera 4S's and the GTR. I think the GTR has its own unique buyer. Like, take me for example, if I was in the market right now, and I wouldn't be cross-shopping a GTR with a Porsche 911 or I don't even know what else is in that. It's kind of really, I think they're targeting the 911 here. So let's stick with the 911 for now. So they've spruced up the interior, made it look a little nicer, made the front look a little bit more elegant, while also retaining a little bit more of an aggressive kind of look, and they've cleaned up the rear end. But on top of what they've done inside the car, they've made it, you know, a little bit more luxurious. They've touched the center console here. They made it, you know, carbon fiber to kind of make it look good, make it look fancy, and appeal to those buyers. But here's the problem. I think the GTR has, ever since Mizuno left, has been on a course of going downhill, in the sense that they're changing up the R, which is the race, for the more GT. So if you guys don't know what the GTR background comes from, the GT stands for Grand Touring, and then the R is race. So if you guys plot it on a graph, we'll just do a quick little plot here. The R, it was always Mizuno's, how do I say it? It was a priority over the GT, over the comfort, over the elegance and stuff like that. He was more a race-focused guy. Everything was built for a purpose. And ever since he left mid-2013, the GTR has become softer. So in the 2015 model year, that was really the first one that he wasn't part of in kind of, every year the GTR gets some updates. And Mizuno was always part of, you know, these little mini updates every single model year. And, you know, for 2015, the first thing right off the bat, what did they do? Boom. They softened up the suspension, made the steering lighter. And I really don't understand that. This is supposed to be a monster. You know, it's Godzilla. It shouldn't be soft. I don't think buyers really care about a little bit more comfort. I think if they're targeting speed and aggressiveness and stuff like that, they would have been able to sell much more units of this 2017 GTR. So I'm thinking, as long as they keep this GTR around, and granted the market's quite saturated right now, the sales on this new one will not be very good. It'll probably be worse than revamp. Do I like the new front bumper? I think it actually looks fabulous. I'm not so much of a fan of the rear bumper, but I think the front bumper and the hood look really good. And you know, if I wanted to trade my 2014 GTR in, that would be the only reason why I would do it. But because of all the additional softening and making it a little bit slower, making the transmission, you know, a little bit more subtle, making it shift nice and smoothly and silky, it kind of takes out that appeal for me. I would never want to switch this car for something like that. Why? Because I personally bought this car because I wanted the R. I wanted to be able to downshift a couple of gears and then take off like this. I wanted to get punched into my seat. I didn't want a nice, cozy, luxurious ride. You know, a Bentley, essentially. It's not a Bentley, but I'm over-exaggerating a little bit. But you guys understand what I mean. It's a softened ride, but you still have a good amount of power to be able to accelerate. I want to hear the raw noises. I love hearing the transmission, you know, shift. When you're at low speeds with the GTR, you can actually, when you go from neutral to drive, you can hear it engage the first gear. I really love that. I hate how they added sound deadening in the new one to nullify that. Why? I think the GTR, and I think the GTR buyers will always appreciate a more mechanical noise. Like, look at GTR history. It was always just a pretty bare bones, high horsepower vehicle, and that's what made win races, and that's what made, you know, Godzilla come about. That's where the name came about. So if they're softening the GTR and they're trying to make it, you know, appeal to a different market, I think they're really, you know, off track here. They really need to go back to the basics and understand what the market's dictating on this car. The market's dictating a car that is around the $100,000 US range. I think like 95 to 105 is really the sweet spot for the GTR. I think anything higher than that is kind of pushing it, and anything lower than that, well, it's you know, a fire sale. But I think that at that range, if they add, you know, if they, for the next model years, I don't think they're going to do any more changes. First of all, I think that they're going to end this probably 2017, 2018, then maybe probably stop either 2018 or 2019, and then wait until the R36 GTR comes out. But, you know, if they would have done a refresh, which, you know, I have no problem with them doing cool, making the bumper look cool and stuff like that. But if they were to do a nice refresh, I really think that if they would have gone for more of the R as opposed to the GT, the 2017 GTR would have been a much bigger hit than it is right now. Right now, you're seeing them on lots with, you know, $5,000, $10,000 off sticker, off MSRP, in order just to move it. I really think they could have avoided all of this had they just, you know, not increased the price so much because of all the extra luxurious features, and, you know, just gone with a more, you know, not a subtle, but keep the front bumper the way it is. Go with a more subtle interior, you know, spruce it up a little bit, but don't go full out, making it try and make it look like a 911, because at the end of the day, this car isn't a 911, and they need to understand that. I think whoever did the market research on this car really screwed up, because, you know, at the end of the day, GTR guys are GTR guys, and, you know, what makes me want to buy the car is 0 to 60 times, quarter mile times, how well does it handle. You know, I hate the fact that you have to compromise cornering ability, acceleration ability, all that just to have a more compliant ride. I think that's, you know, that's really the wrong thing. If I wanted that, believe me, I would have got a 911. I think the 911, I think even the new GTR is so far off, doesn't have the prestige that the 911 has. You know, you're looking at someone who's buying a 911 who's like 40, 50, 60 years old, who's looking for the prestige. You're looking for a luxury cruiser, which also has a little bit of power, and I really don't think that's what the GTR is all about. The GTR is really targeted at, you know, 25 and up to 40-year-olds, essentially, is what the main market of this guy is all about. It's not about the 50 plus, you know, the people that complain about back pains and stuff like that. It's not what this car is about. And, you know, even I think they hit the nail on the head when they did the 2014 production year, which is this car. You can get a nice luxurious red interior like I've ordered it with. It adds a nice touch. So whenever people come in, they're like, wow, you know, the car looks very nice, very clean, very fancy, very elegant, while at the same time, you know, maintaining its R component, its race component. It's, you know, it's bundled down. You can, you know, turn, and it's so nimble and precise. The steering wheel is weighted nicely. It's not like something where you can use a single finger and corner. And the multifunction display has all the things available. Right now, they've cut it down. I think they cut like 5-6 different screens off the multifunction display, which is one of my favorite things about this car. So overall, guys, I hope you guys understand why I've titled the video the way I have, and my rationale and reasoning for it. And let me know in the comment section down below, do you guys agree? If you guys were in the position to buy a GTR, would you want a more watered down version, which has a more compliant ride and all that stuff, or would you prefer a car that's more aggressive, has better handling, better acceleration, better feel, better connection with the driver, at a slightly lower price tag? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you guys agree with my thoughts. If you guys don't, it's totally cool. Your opinions, my opinions may differ, but I just wanted to get on camera, let you guys know what I think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to leave a like down below, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment, share this video with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you guys next video. Take care. Bye-bye.